JCL, the coastal source, your local home for Extreme Makeover Home Edition, now proudly presents Extreme Makeover Home Edition Savannah Style.
It is a project that pulled a community together to change the future of a Savannah family. Good evening, I'm Jessica Kiss.
And I'm Jennifer Beale. Jessica and I were privileged to have close connections to the big build.
And to the family receiving such a special home.
But if you think this community had a long time to prepare for Extreme Makeover Home Edition, think again. The companies that donated the labor and materials were given just a couple of weeks to prepare. JT Turner Construction designed the home, an impressive Victorian, the perfect size for the lot at East 55th and Abercorn Streets in Ardsley Park.
Everybody we've asked to volunteer said yes immediately, and we've been working for over a month to put all this together and coordinate everything, and we've got people lined up, not only just for construction, but for food and everything else that goes along with it. We feed 300 people a day, four meals a day.
And Brooks says 3,000 volunteers signed up to participate in the build. The estimated number of laborers needed was only 1,500. Now I spoke with Megan Burns, a SCAD graduate who helped design 2 rooms in the home and more.
I put in roughly about 40 to 45 hours, and that's in addition to my full-time job. So essentially I had an 80-hour work week last week, and it was an amazing experience to work with so many talented artists from all over.
Now, among other things, Megan did the conceptual drawings for both fireplace mantles in the house. She says she knows her designs were used because she saw them getting painted outside the house. Now, we're going to show you a picture of Megan on the job site. The photo, though, that she is most happy about is
everybody was willing to do it.
This one. There she goes. She snagged a few moments of attention from the show's host, Ty Pennington, a definite memento for her to keep. Well, before the cast and crew of Extreme Makeover Home Edition could travel to Savannah, they had to have a reason. So, meet the Simpsons. We here at the Coastal Source have known the Simpson family for a lot longer than this Extreme Makeover Home Edition team has. We were the only station to give you their story before they even knew that they were the winners. Zoe Simpson giggles like any 2-year-old, loves books like most toddlers, is nicer than most children his age would be to me, a complete stranger. However, life in general is quite different for young Zoe.
Zoe was born with a condition called hydrops fatalis, and it has a 95% mortality rate.
As a baby, doctors doubted he could survive off a respirator.
When they took him off the respirator, he didn't stop breathing. He just kept going.
And every day since, Zoe's made progress.
We do a lot of therapy with him. I think he sees 5 therapists a week.
Getting their son to his appointments is easier nowadays, albeit still hard. The boy's doctors are in Savannah. The Simpsons used to live in Baxley.
You know, it's an hour-and-a-half, 2-hour drive, and going there and back multiple times a week was pretty grueling.
Sometime between teaching Zoe sign language and homeschooling their other children, 8-year-old Isaac and 4-year-old Caitlin, Carmen Simpson managed to find a steal of a deal for her family.
She was looking at all the foreclosures to see what we could find, and she called me and said she found this house over off of Abercorn and 55th, and I was like, I think that's a pretty nice place, sweetheart. We can't afford to live there.
Oh, but they could. The price was right because the Simpsons could look past the many things wrong with the house and focus on location, location, location. Finally, Zoe was close to his doctors.
Zoe last year was in the hospital twice with pneumonia. We've already been in the hospital once this year where his breathing got labored and we had to go for 3 hours of breathing treatments.
Because he does have chronic lung disease, if he gets a runny nose, it automatically becomes a chest problem for him.
The property, however, can boast a big lot, and there is a shell for a pool.
One of the things that many of us therapists have said that would really help him would be water therapy.
When the hit TV show Extreme Makeover Home Edition announced it would tear down a Savannah home and build a new one in its place, the Simpsons jumped at the opportunity to tell their story, which, by the way, isn't depressing.
So far, we've been able to pay the bills. It's not been as easy as we'd like. Financially, I would say that we just feel more motivated than ever to work harder than we ever have.
The hard work and their positive attitudes landed them this impressive new home filled with everything they not only need, but want. Now, we're not at liberty to show you all the details of the Simpson home. The show keeps that under tight wraps, but we all have to wait until the show's Savannah episode airs sometime this winter. We can tell you, though, some of the amazing features included in that home.
Yeah, we heard Jim Simpson say it. Zoe could really benefit from water therapy, so we're happy to say the show and the builders delivered. On day 3 of the build, I saw a crane operator hoist this big fiberglass pool off the ground and place it into the hole dug for it on the south end of the Simpson property. The pool company said the Simpsons' old pool just couldn't be salvaged, so they got a brand new one. It's really going to be a special place for the entire family and, of course, a practical addition for young Zoe.
And inside the home, Zoe has his own therapy room. There is equipment to help him with his sight and hearing, also his muscle development. Zoe cannot yet walk on his own. However, he did start standing on his own recently, so walking is probably just a matter of time, especially with his own therapy room inside the home. Now, Jennifer, something else I think that is really, really cool. The family now has an elevator.
Yeah, you know, it won't be long before Zoe is too big to be carried up and down the stairs. Now the entire family can just hop on that elevator. And for the kids, I'm sure that's going to be a thrill.
You think they've taken some joy rides?
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hopefully they don't get stuck in there ever playing too much.
Right? Well, we've just scratched the surface of the neat things the new Simpson family home has. But when we return, Zoe surely isn't the only one to get the royal treatment. Details on Caitlin's princess room and Isaac's skateboarding room are coming up.
Plus, Extreme Makeover Home Edition finds ways to make over the food bank for an entire community. Extreme Makeover Savannah style continues in 2 minutes.
And surprise, Jim and Carmen Simpson, along with their 3 beautiful children, are here. They are getting their first good look at how their home was built. We will chat with them about the week that none of us will forget. Stick around.
Well, unique over-the-top rooms are an expected highlight of the homes built on Extreme Makeover Home Edition. At the beginning of the show, the designers talked to the children to find out what it is they love. And for 8-year-old Isaac, it was skateboarding. Here's some video from the final day of volunteers taking in some kind of neat decor made of skateboards. Olympic snowboarder and pro skateboarder Shaun White was on hand to offer some design tips and ideas and to help make Isaac's dream room come to life. Now, although he admits decorating isn't exactly his expertise.
It was definitely a challenge for us. I mean, I come from like a skateboarding, snowboarding world and not so much interior design, if you can imagine. But it was cool. It was definitely, it was fun. It was for Isaac, the son, and he's, you know, he's way into skateboarding, he's way into music and video games especially. So we just decked the room out. I mean, it's unreal. There's TV screens on the ceiling. There's just all sorts of gaming consoles.
Now, of course, the highlight of Isaac's day before even stepping foot into the room was meeting Shaun face to face. We have video of that moment coming up a little later.
Now, before the Extreme Makeover Home Edition build, the Simpsons' middle child, Caitlin, was in love with the color pink. We're pretty sure she still is. She also loves everything girly. This was Caitlin Simpson's room in the old home. The 4-year-old put on her finest dress-up heels and gingerly made her way down the stairs for our cameras. Neither Caitlin or her parents could have dreamed of the fairy tale room that would be included in the new home. Now, under the Victorian's highest gable, is Princess Caitlin's special little place. A spiral staircase leads to the lookout, the coolest place a 4-year-old could have. Local artist Tiffany Taylor created a wall mural for Caitlin, complete with gold leaf. Now, the cost of that mural, $40,000. However, that too was donated to the project for free. Local stylist Mitchell Hall made some embellishments on princess costumes for Caitlin. Now, of course, Mom and Dad were not excluded from the luxury, right? You have some details on their master bedroom.
We got a good look one night. You know, on day 4, we had a great view inside what Ty usually calls his special project. One of the master bedroom walls we saw was covered in bricks. There was a fireplace in the room. They also have a nice porch off the bedroom if they can enjoy morning coffee or breakfast. Maybe wave at the passersby on Hammargren.
There you go.
Of course, a huge flat screen TV, as they always do, could be seen from the outside. And I'm sure Ty designed the perfect oasis for the Simpsons. We can't wait to see the show.
Yeah, absolutely. That sounds just deluxe.
I know. Let's take it.
All right, coming up here on Extreme Makeover Savannah Style, a night full of celebrities, surprises, and goodwill. What really came out of the Extreme Extravaganza?
And out with the old to make way for the new. Through the dust and the noise, we're breaking down the build day by day.
And don't go anywhere. They haven't. The Simpsons are watching right along with you. Their live interview is coming up.